We're in Rosebank, where the National Association of Democratic Lawyers is hosting the annual Chief Justice Pius Langa Lecture. And of course, we're hearing from the legal fraternity as well as those involved in the criminal justice system about what needs to happen moving forward. I am joined by NEDAL President, Advocate Machini Motloung. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, this lecture really comes at an opportune time where we've got, calls for a more independent judiciary, allegations of a criminal syndicate that's infiltrated the criminal justice system. Perhaps, what are the key takeaways from this lecture and what needs to happen to the legal system moving forward?
I think in the main, the restoration of the rule of law that is eroding, and to really live by the values of the former Chief Justice Pius Langa, and also to have a type of a lawyer who is more active. So we need the legal fraternity that shows those elements of activism, lawyers who challenges the status quo, lawyers who stand firm to ensure that the rule of law is restored. These are the type of lawyers that South Africa would need in a space and period that shows high levels of crisis. So this lecture came at a right time to take stock, reflect on where we are in terms of the attainment of human rights in the country. There is high levels of poverty, high levels of inequality. So those are the issues that we really need to start looking into as lawyers, as legal activists.
So overall, it seems that there's a move post-democracy that lawyers are being apolitical and not really challenging that status quo, and that needs to change.
That needs to change because the reality is you cannot separate law from politics. There is interface, there is integration, and lawyers should begin to appreciate that interface. Lawyers should appreciate that they have a role to play because in politics we've got legislature, for instance, which is entrusted with the responsibility of ensuring that they develop laws, they create laws. Lawyers should occupy that space where they take part in policy making, in legislation making, and it's a space that requires lawyers, but lawyers are not there. Lawyers are apolitical. That is the problem with the current crop of lawyers who should actually be activists, and who should challenge the status quo.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, that is President of the National Association of Democratic Lawyers, Advocate Machini Motloung.